Welcome to my presentation on the website that I have been working on developing for our class. Just a quick introduction, my name is Sarah Wolford and I'm a doctoral candidate for Counselor Education Program at the University of Arkansas. My website is primarily geared towards counselors in training, social workers, as well as counselor educators. Please enjoy my presentation. For an overview of what all my website is going to contain, the proposed website will be an educational resource for counselors in training. The website will include theoretical orientation overviews, counseling techniques, local resources for counselors, as well as references for my website. My target audience will be counselors in training, which would include master's level counselors as well as social work students in training, counselors in practice, as well as social workers. During my presentation, I'll be covering a few areas, including consideration of the target audience and how this impacts the website design, visual design principles, organization of the website, navigation elements, usability and accessibility of my website, including its elements, as well as an overview of my content. Here's a quick view of what my website looks like as viewed in Adobe Dreamweaver. I've decided to call my website Counselors United, which you can see up here, as well as I've gotten a couple of different subject areas that the website will be covering. The first tab is going to be the home page, then counseling skills, which would include theoretical orientation, and then different counseling techniques that mental health practitioners can use, links to local resources as well as online resources, background information about the web developers, as well as a reference page for all of the different information that was presented throughout the website. Here's my contact information, including a link to my email and just a brief greeting that viewers can read. As far as considerations for my target audience, during the web development process, I considered the target audience when choosing different main topics that the website would cover. As I've mentioned previously, the audience members would include social workers, counselor educators, counseling and training, as well as other mental health professionals. In order to develop an understanding of my target audience, I developed two different personas. The first one was a recent graduate from a counseling program. So in this case, he would be looking for different techniques, ways to connect with local resources for counselors, as well as honing skills for therapy. My other persona is a counselor educator who is working with master's level counselors and looking for resources in the community as well as online so that she can educate her students about what's going on in the counselor world, as well as provide them with concrete examples of techniques. In regards to my website design, the main title would appear at the very top. Then right underneath that would be the navigation subjects as well as the navigation links. Over to the left would be the contact information for myself and the other web developers. In the middle, to the right would be a description of the website, including kind of what to expect, as well as information about potential review. At the very bottom of the website will be a short information section about disclaimers from the University of Arkansas, as well as copyright information. For my website, the main colors are yellow and purple. I chose the purple because it provides a really nice contrast against my white text. The font is Constantia, my borders are white and solid around each element, and the navigation bar has each subject outlined in yellow with a dark gray text for the subjects. The following areas were evaluated by using our textbook: repetition, contrast, proximity, and alignment. As far as repetition, this means repeating one or more components throughout the page. So on each of my web pages, the Counselors United logo will be displayed, as well as the navigation bar will be displayed in the same area for each web page. Contrast, I made sure that each page has a font and color that the readers can easily view. Proximity, just in this regard, all the elements were grouped according to subject area. So, for example, in the counseling techniques section, each subheader has a particular counseling technique, and then has different elements underneath describing that particular counseling technique. Alignment, all of my contact information will always be to the left, and the navigation bar will be lined up with the subject header at the very top. In regards to different organizational options, my website will display information in the hierarchical design. So each topic page will have one subject and then have a few subtopics falling underneath the heading. At the bottom of each page, as I described before, a footer will appear that contains the University of Arkansas disclaimer and copyright information. The navigation bar, which you can see right here, will be underneath the title on each page. In addition to the navigation bar, the website will display a sitemap which can help viewers find information throughout the web page. And my hopes for the navigation bar is that I would have a drop-down menu which shows the subtopics underneath each subject heading. Usability. Our author describes usability as a measure of the quality of a viewer's experience when browsing a website. So different areas that will be assessed for my website would be ease of learning. So how easily can the counselors and other viewers access information and acquire information. I will ensure that the language I use is specific and can be easily understood by viewers. Efficiency of use, this would be in particular upload time, so how quickly can the web page upload, and can viewers find information easily and in a logical manner. Memorability, I hope that my website will stick with users as far as design and will be visually appealing, and if viewers weren't familiar with what the logo was, they would be able to identify it, and hopefully they would easily remember the website's name. I'm going to monitor error frequency and severity by using different online resources that our professor has provided for us. So I'll be running my website through these different tools to make sure that I am reducing errors if they are brought to light by these web tools. In subjective satisfaction, I have to have a satisfaction tool it could be either at the end or at the beginning or the end of my website, but just having a tool that I can receive feedback from viewers about how their experience was with my website. Accessibility. The following areas that Thatcher highlights in order to assess a website for accessibility. The first one would be text alternatives for images. So whenever I'm working on the CSS part of my website, I will have, if the image is displayed, I will have a alternate text available for viewers who are having visual impairments. I will check my web page by using the Cynthia Says website in order to make sure that it is abiding by Section 508 standards. Accessible in-page navigation, so viewers who may have a difficult time finding information on my website, I hope that the navigation bar is logical and can display information in a meaningful way. As I discussed before, I will use image maps to go over the different content on my website. And finally, I will provide transcripts for any audio information that is displayed on the website. And these are my references that I've used throughout my presentation. Okay, so now I'm going to click over to my my web page, and I'll give you a tour of what all I have developed so far. Okay, so this is what I have developed so far. As you can see, the title page, this is my home page with the title displayed. This is my navigation bar, and whenever I develop each of these subject pages, users can click on the subject heading and it'll navigate them to that page. Here's my contact information, a brief description of my web page. I've included kind of a fun picture on the very the front of the home page. And one of the things I need to work on is developing, or I guess resizing the image so that it fits appropriately in this frame. And also I do need to work on highlighting the different subject areas that will be discussed on the website. And then here's my footer that goes over my copyright information, as well as the disclaimer from the University of Arkansas. So definitely there's been a couple of issues that I've encountered when developing the website. Just figuring out how to align elements, as well as resize them to fit on the screen has been a challenge for me. I've been using the W3 Schools tutorials in order to kind of help me overcome these barriers. As far as things I'm going to focus on in the future is maybe working on maybe a little bit of a different color scheme in order to have more of a contrast, and as well as work on the navigation tabs so that they can have a drop-down effect for each of the subjects. But thank you so much for viewing my website.